Hello, hello, hello. This is AJT500 slash Challenger Track 98 slash Alois Wonderwise slash Helo, and this is the Helogs for October 2025. This one is coming a little bit soon because I'm just gonna get into it now. I'm getting my wisdom teeth pulled tomorrow, and hopefully this video doesn't sound too bad because I'm on a sleeping pill right now. But I'm getting that done tomorrow. So when it comes to the banner at the end of the month, I probably won't be around to stream it. Probably I'll technically still be at my house, but I just don't know how I'm going to be feeling. Don't know if I'm going to want to talk. If it is the impalement, I might stream just the rolls and just not really talk, or talk in chat or something. But yeah, not sure how that's going to go, to be honest. I definitely won't skip the banner though. You can roll from my phone if I have to, if it's impalement. But yeah, so I'll just get that out the way now for anyone watching. And this is the last planned video I'm planning for until I'm done with that. Although technically I'm planning for other videos, but I'm not planning to release any other videos until that's over with. So yeah, that out of the way. So Helogs, if you guys don't know, I know I've gotten, some more people, more eyes on me. Helogs is pretty much like my monthly update where I just go over things that happened with me this month, in any gotchas I play, which is only Granblue right now. And we just see what happened this past month, how are we progressing on goals and such like that. So we will get into that. So we will go through my notepad here. So October 2025, 13 sands and 6 bars. We're going to need more sands, big dog. We're going to need more sands. 220 box on, I don't even know where it was, bro. I don't know. Somewhere, there's a pictures here somewhere. 220 box in the last boxing event. Probably not going to box this one at all, to be honest, because it's happening right when I'm taking my teeth out. I got the M1 Wonder finally. I was like drastically behind on Colossus specifically. Colossus was the one that was holding me up for this, so I was just doing my skips every single day. This is the reason why I tell you guys, if you're, and like get stuff done now, like farm stuff now, do your dailies now before they put skips in for stuff. Because once they put skips in, it's very hard to find hosts for those things, if even possible. So I was pretty much stuck to purely the skips. So it just took days, even with the pass. Ringed Orologia. So Ringed Orologia, this is Seeking Legend's fault. Legend was like thinking. Legend was like, yo, if you ring Orologia, I'll give 5 subs. And I was like, do I want to ring Orologia for 5 gifted subs? I'm gonna need that to be 10. And then we ended up making a poll, and Orologia won anyway. So I ringed Orologia because of 10 gifted subs. That joint's not gonna work forever though, because I only got 1 more ring. So don't try and pull that stun again so easily. But I do like Orologia, and Orologia is not a bad ring, so I was okay with that. Even though it came after Gil War though, but whatever. Icarus Scam. So Icarus Scam. So there was some Scamcha like a couple weeks ago that had like a max weapon Scamcha, and I rolled on it. I don't even remember who I was trying to get in fire, but I got a second Icarus sword that was maxed out. So now technically I can run this composition for PBHL, where you do 1 button, 1 summon, one summon being Sun and 1 button being Percy S3. And I can actually run my Womdis on multi-attack rate, and she still hits 60k. And I think I have a picture of this. Yeah. And I also got my Zeta and my MC also have GTA now. So that comp is pretty geeking sick for bar farming. Now, after bar farming with this comp, I went into this. Pretty much I was thinking about it, and I was like, dude, I play so much PBHL, man. Excuse me. I play so much PBHL, man. And these 2 characters are always there. I would literally marry Zeta. I've talked about it before, how I want to marry her thinking cosplayer for the events. And Percival thinking, I've said for the longest time, I don't really know if he even has this spot anymore, but Percival, I said for the longest time, he was one of the only characters that I really felt like was a 10 out of 10 in this game. I'm very strict with my grading system when it comes to characters in this game, but Percival was a 10. And I feel like even though these characters are probably on their way out, they're kind of like, well, Zeta maybe not so much so, but Percival, even though they're more legacy characters, I feel like they need to be entered into my Hall of Fame, especially considering I use them so much for bar farming. So I read both of them. Let me see. Oh yeah, and I made a deal with myself too. I was literally in a drive-through to get lunch, and I said if I get a bar today, I'll ring both of them. And before I left the drive-through, I got a bar on a PBHL, so I ring both of them. So that was what this was always keep your word. I always keep my word. That's my ninja way. So this is just a random picture of V because I got these 3 ticking water bottles. But my V, I can go back to the game. My V, I don't know if I can see it from here. I have to go to characters. My V is level 49. Once they finish this adventure here in like another 8 hours, he will be 50, like guaranteed. So that was just something I was going to put in there because that will technically be done before the end of the month. Here, so this was Halloween Spark. I really wanted Vajra and I wanted to get Lancelot for Guild War. Thank you again to all the people that were like, don't spark Sylvia again on her banner, just wait for Halloween. Because thankfully I got Vajra and Lancelot on that banner, and then I decided to just spark Sylvia instead of TN because the way I see it is I would rather just get Sylvia, the second Sylvia, out of the way. And then if I actually need TN, I can just Linksmate her because the Linksmate is about to get nerfed now. Well, technically it is nerfed like as of right now because anything future it's nerfed on. But I just didn't feel like I really needed TN right away. I don't really feel like I need Lancelot either, TBH, but but I really wanted Vajra, so I was gonna spark on that banner anyway. Let's see. Link's second Elsa. So this was something that Kuda, my financial advisor for water, was advising me on. I made a dummy mistake back on formal banner. I should have just gotten 2 Ilsas back then to BH. But I said, okay, I'm going to Linksmate Ilsa. I was just going to wait. I was pretty much going to wait until the water impalement came out because I was pretty sure that, like I said before, I think that Earth held in him and Water Sylvia Bow were impalement equivalents for certain playstyles. And I didn't feel like they would, I felt like they either may not get impalement, or if they did get impalement, it would be something that didn't power creep Ilsa gun. And I was right because they got Ogi impalement. So I said, okay, I'll wait until the impalement came out. Sylvia came out, it was Ogi, so it didn't creep this. And then I was like, well, Sylvia came out so close to Halloween, I'll just wait until Halloween, just in case there's something that I want to Linksmate on Halloween, I can use it on that instead. But I didn't really need to Linksmate anything on Halloween, so I just got my second Ilsa. So I have 2 of those, and I barred that joint. Okay, so I gotta let me take a pause first. Okay, so I had to take a pause because this one's gonna be a bit of a doozy. World first Versusia, man. World first Versusia. I didn't know what to expect going into this. I told this story on stream once, but the Slime Girls had approached me and they asked me if I wanted to play with them, essentially. Link had asked me, he was like, hey, what are your plans for Versusia? And I was like, you guys know me. I was like, I'm probably just gonna hit up the Tekken Party Finder. I'm probably just hit up the Party Finder. What are you guys doing? And he was like, I'm probably gonna race for World First with Slime Girls. If there's an Earth position open, would you want to play? And I literally sent him that meme of the guy pointing back to himself, like, you mean me? You mean me? You're asking me? So, but I took him up on the offer because I was like, this could be pretty fun. I've never ran for World First in Granblue. I've done it in Final Fantasy before, but I've never done it in Granblue. So I was like, okay, let's see this. And Slime Girls, they're all very, very strong. So I was like, sure, let's try it. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? If anything, I can get some clears, you know what I mean? Because one of the big things I really hate about these raids is I hate not having like a static group of people to play with, because trying to constantly do it in the party finder is seeking aids. So I was like, heck, man, and you're telling me I can play Earth? Another thing you guys know about me, usually when these raids come out, I usually get stuck on like a light or something because everybody wants to play Earth. Funnily enough, all the co-op rooms right now, Earth's requirements to play the raid are so freaking high with all the characters and Andromeda and in the grid that Earth is like the most requested Teking Ellie in my group. So I guess it would have worked out either way. But yeah, so again, I just want to say thanks. Thanks to Link for approaching me. Thanks for Slime Girls for allowing me to play with you guys. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I learned a lot. I think another thing too is I got to meet a lot of people and like talk to a lot of people this past week. It's been pretty crazy. Ever since we beat it, there was just a lot of Slime Girls people that I met, a lot of people in like Kilo's Discord with Jim and them that I've met. And I finally got to talk to that was cool. I played a lot with DY and like Umikin and them. It's just I played with a lot of people. I talked with a lot of people, and it was really fun because this is one of the first times that I've really seen. You guys know that, when I started this whole like YouTube thing for Granblue, one of the main things I wanted to see more like content creators on the English side. I wanted to interact with more people on the English side for Granblue. And just being able to do that was freaking awesome. It was really sick. So I've enjoyed my time. I hope we can keep, doing runs for stuff, discussing stuff. That it's awesome. I really like it. Also, thanks to any friends that supported me. I sent the world first to like 2 friends that didn't even know what the raid was. I was like, oh my god, I got Tiki world first. but yeah, so I sent that to them, so that was sick. Speaking followers, bro. After I didn't even swap to the screenshot, bro. After I posted this stuff, I got like in that day or two afterwards, I literally got like I don't know, like 300 followers or something. And like it was just like it was crazy. Like I finally broke 1,000 followers on Twitter, which is crazy to me. But yeah, it's just like that. It was really good. It was really good. That was really just a good time. And I'm really glad that we actually beat, because I felt like by the time we beat it, I felt like we were getting very close to running out of steam. And I was very afraid of running out of steam because we were very close to finishing the fight. And the way I saw it was if we went to sleep, we were going to lose. And I'm pretty sure if we went to sleep, we were going to lose, because it did take, I think it was Komatsu's group that beat it second, but it did take them probably a good like 5 hours after us to beat it. But if we had gone to sleep, they probably would have beat it before us. So just being able to beat it first was really, really sick. Also, 500 some odd people in the Discord now. That's great. I'm glad that people are enjoying that. I remember when I first made it, people were like asking for it, like, hey, do you have a Discord? And I was like, I was very averse to making it. And at this point, it almost feels like now I don't even really have to like look in there as much, because I used to be like, and granted, I've been really busy in the past week, but it used to be like every single time any channel goes like lit up, I would look in there just to make sure, stuff's going on. But people, they got their own little communities in there. They're doing their own stuff. I like it. I like it. I'm happy that I made it, and I'm happy that people are using it, and it seems beneficial. But I'm just surprised there's so many kicking people in there. so yeah, so that's pretty much it for the Versusio World First. That was a crazy thing. It literally threw my entire week. I remember I told my trainer, I was like, hey, he likes to call them ultra gaming marathons whenever I do the Final Fantasy. So I was like, I have a mini ultra gaming marathon for like a day, but after that, I'm probably good. That day screwed me up so hard because we didn't finish until like 5 a.m. I didn't eat my dinner until like 6 a.m. And then I didn't go to sleep until like 11 a.m. because I stayed up and I edited the video, and then I was talking to all these different people about it. It was very hard. It was very hard. Granted, at least I took the day after that off. So I was chilling, but just the whole week got screwed for me. Very tired that week. And I'm still kind of recovering for it, to be honest. But yeah, so that's the Versusia stuff. I mean, this is a mid addendum because I want to talk about this, even if it's a little bit. I'm thinking about maybe making a video on this in the future, kind of like what I did before with Hexa. But unironically, I think Versusia is probably my new favorite fight in the game. It's really cool. I like it. I like it a lot. I know a lot of people were fearing the whole two team thing. I think they did it very well. I think the fact that you can swap or you cannot swap is like cool. I like that you can essentially choose which one you want to do. But I also just think the mechanics are pretty good in the simple fact that the mechanics throw a lot at you, and it really makes it feel like you really, especially with all the characters that you have access to, it really makes it feel like you need to push your characters to the limits and almost literally come up with a rotation. It feels like I'm making a rotation on Final Fantasy for just the start and to set up everything between the percents so that I can do what I need to do. And then you also have to take into consideration red and blue and stuff like that. And then the whole final phase, I think the final phase is done wonderfully. It brings back a similar final phase to what Hexa was like. I've said multiple times before where I feel like Phase Zero's hardest stuff is in Phase Zero's hardest stuff is at the 55% gauntlet. But the thing about the 55% gauntlet in Fa is you can essentially prepare for all of it. It all happens at the exact same time in the exact same order every single time. So once you know how your team can deal with it, it becomes a lot easier. And to be fair, Hexa, it's the exact same way. But the issue with Hexa, you have to deal with the whole 85% before you get to that last 15%. Whereas Phase Zero, the hardest part is essentially halfway through the fight. So it's less intensive. Your heart rate is less palpitating when you get it halfway through the fight as opposed to at the very end of the fight and you're just wanting to beat the fight. You know what I mean? But Versusia, I think, takes it to another level because the stuff that happens on Versusia is random. And I would say the requirements on some of the stuff, depending on your team and your element, can be drastically harder than both of Phase Zero and Hexes. I think we all know about 120 hits. That joint's getting dimensional change or it's getting 000. And the fact that essentially it's like a softened rage, essentially, because once you go through all of her omens once, she does them again, but they're stronger. And she does that until either she kills you or you killed her. I think it's a really, really well done fight for phasing in general. I think there's very distinct phases. I'd say there's probably like 4-ish distinct phases. I think there's phase 1 up until like 70%, then 70% until the first Johto kind of feels like a phase because you essentially have to deal with red versus blue. Then there's the post Johto phase, and then there's the final push phase at the end. But I think, like I said, I think Versusia it's one of the best fights they've done in the game, I think. And you guys know how I feel about in-game raids. I don't really like a lot of the in-game raids. I don't think they're well designed. I think this one was pretty well designed. I think the only real complaint I have about Versusia is I think the foot one is a little bit too strong, because the foot one can literally just get into a situation. If the foot comes up on an omen that's like you need to hit 8 mil 3 times and you have the foot, your only choices are you have to 000 that joint or cancel it somehow, like just completely cancel it, wipe it off the map so that you can triple attack, or you need to take the foot loop. Essentially, there is not really a way to counter it. And the fact that the body parts are random, there's not really a way to play around. There's not really a way to play around the foot not ending up on a trigger. And I think that's like one of the only, I wouldn't say it's like a game breaking flaw, but I would say that's probably the biggest flaw in the fight. I think that one is especially egregious. The rest of them though, I think they're all very good. Very good. So yeah, I like it. I also like the music. I remember when I was listening to the music just before the fight came out, I was like, it's pretty good. But like when I hear it in the fight, it's very, very good. I think it's like a flute or something at the very start of the song. It's so, oh my God, it's so good. It's so good. I love the song. I love the animations too. She has very expressive animations, and she's so big, so you get to see like all of the different body parts of her moving around in these very unique like JoJo-esque seeking poses. It's really sick. I really like this fight. I like this fight a lot, and as someone who did it on all 6 elements now, baby, I'm never leaving Earth, bro. I hate every other element, man. I think the ones I had the most fun with, unironically, were probably, I think I liked Dark because I had a very clear video to follow. And Dark could burst a lot at the end, because essentially what I did at the end was I just spammed Katura S1 to get free attacks with Quillen. So I felt like I was doing a labor bot, but I was also contributing, which felt good. Dark was, or sorry, not Dark. Fires was okay. Fires also I used a guide for, but the thing with Fires, I felt like I couldn't contribute as much with Dark, so Fire's a little bit down. I think the one I had the most fun with though, outside of Earth, was probably Wind. I think Wind's the playing Wind Ogi with Siete Cats and Katura. It's very easy to realize how that team is supposed to be played. Pretty much you Ogi again, Faded Chain. Then once you're at a Faded Chain, you press like one button, either Katura S1 or like a summon, and then you get back up to Faded Chain, you Faded Chain. Then you use whatever you didn't use before, Ogi again, Faded Chain. And it's like that's the loop back and forth. I also just think that the Wind characters were a little bit easier to understand in a harder raid in comparison to some of the other characters I use for other Ellies. So I just got the hang of Wind very, very quickly. So playing Wind, I felt like I could actually push responsibly. Whereas when I played Light, for one thing, my Light setup was kind of scuffed because I didn't have any of the 20% damage artifacts. So I essentially just played it Cosmos, Foomf, and Horus all the way through, which can still mash, but you lack stuff like defense for your MC. Sometimes my MC just freaking died. And you lack the dispels from Mahara as well. So that was kind of like, I could mash, I could do a lot of damage, but I didn't really feel like I was doing anything. And the other thing too is it was like I was almost glass cannon with Light, where it's like by the time I got to the omens at the end, I feel like I couldn't finish it. It felt like my job was just to push as far as possible to the end. And water was an absolute nightmare. Thank you, Finn. Thank you, Rezi. Thank you everybody else in the chat that helped me, Wyvern, that helped me do that water clear. Granted, you guys gaslit me into doing it first anyway, but getting that one was a humongous weight off my shoulders. All of them being done is a humongous weight off my shoulders. But water, I think out of all the elements, I understand the least when it came to the high level. I just don't, if it's not Hase, Gabriel, Paella, I don't really know what else you do in that. And to a lesser extent, Europa, I really don't know what happens in water, and be real. I like Yatima. I guess Yatima's kind of straightforward, but I think that the issue with Yatima is I feel like Yatima is kind of a character that just kind of does things, but there's not really like a lot of manual play that I'm using her for. She's just kind of there. The manual thing is press S2 if you need to, or when to press S3, but besides that, she's just kind of like a turret. So yeah, anyway, I just wanted to add that little addendum in for Susia because again, I've been playing it a lot. I've been playing that raid a lot, and I played it with all the Ellies. But I really enjoy it. I really enjoy that fight, and I'm happy to do a little bit more casual farm now, where I can just play Earth and just play kind of at my own pace because I don't really need a ton of mats anymore, so I can just play it whenever. So yeah, just wanted to add that addendum to Versusia. Now we'll keep going. Okay, so now moving on from that. Next thing, I ringed Luo. So my original team was this, and for this team we did a stream where I discussed like my thought process and stuff for this, but the original team, we didn't, at the time that we beat it, we didn't realize that, well, we kind of had an inkling that you were supposed to swap on Johto, but our plan was just to go through Johto as everybody went through it. So my team, pretty much the entire first clear, was Sadala, Luo, and Alexiel. And Luo was very, very strong for both phases. And I've been thinking about ringing Luo back and forth when I was doing Martial Mastery, the esoteric, but he didn't really pan out there. So I was like, okay, you don't need a ring. But it's like, finally, he got me a world first. I ring the man. It is what it is, bro. He deserves it. Next, so the destroyer weapons. So my destroyer weapons right now, they are actually all FLB. They are all FLB as of right now, and the Earth one obviously is ULB. But the thing to go with this, bada boom, water clear, bada boom, fire clear, bada boom, dark clear, bada boom, light clear, bada boom, wind clear. So as you can see, and this was what, October 26th at 11 p.m. This was October 27th at 2 a.m. So technically these two were the same day. And then this one was 4 p.m. on the 28th. This one was 8 p.m. on the 28th. And this one was 12 p.m. Literally 4-hour intervals. 4-hour intervals of playing these. And I actually have a notepad here that I was taking notes on all the stuff that I was doing for different Ellies as I was going through to try and copy this stuff so I could learn these elements. Because the thing about it is, again, like I said a second ago, I'm getting my wisdom teeth out, and I really just wanted to get all the tidings out of the way so that now essentially once I'm awake and I'm dealing with my teeth, I can just farm sands. Farming sands, all my sands stuff is on full auto. I'm good there. I can just farm sands. And again, I only need like probably 20 more flames, I think, from Versusius. So I can just jump on some random train now, and I can play Earth, which is the good thing. So it's like, I really pushed up until last night, until I went to sleep. When I got the wind one, I just wanted to clear all the elements to get all the tidings out the way. So I'm just done with that. I'm just done. Because Versusia at this point is not too bad for me on Earth, and Sands is very easy. I just have to put in the work for them. And there's a lot of work because I need like another 28 Sands. Technically 38, because I also blew through all my supply of the ones for the ones for my rerolls. I even dipped into these, and I got 2 of these sands so that I could get them all, because essentially I got 2 sands here because I wanted to FLB the weapon for light and wind so that it could help me clear the fight, which was a good idea in my opinion. I think that was worth it. So I just jump boosted both of these so I could finish that, and then got the clear. So yeah, I just have to farm a lot of sands. As you can see, I got 2. Technically, I got these 2 today, by the way, but I got 2, so I just need to keep working on these. Don't really know which ones I'm gonna get first. I'm thinking probably like fire. Wind has to be gotten for Guild War, but I'm thinking like fire and water because of sands and bars. And then after that, light and dark, I'll just get them as I can get them. So yeah, all of those destroyer weapons, plus the tidings, which is really nice. And then finally, as I was getting some of these sands, finally, my boy Dirty Dog Spice coming in through, bro. Whenever I get into a chat with Spice, man, this dude, sometimes I either get a sand, I get a brick, or sometimes I get Teaking Moonhill, bro. As you guys know, who have been watching the stream, I've gotten probably like 12 plus sands before I got one of the shield. From DS4 specifically, I've gotten like 12 sands since the shield come out and not gotten the shield. So I'm just happy I finally got the shield. So yeah. So goals for this month, there's a few Versusium mats I still need to pick up. Like I said before, I think I need like another 20, 30, 40 flames, something like that, which shouldn't be too bad, especially doing trains. That I need to pick up, but I'm extremely sand gated, so the entire focus right now is sand if I'm playing the game. I really want to blast through these weapons. I want to get all of them finished. All of them finish, and then get back up to my 30 sands, where I was essentially what I was doing every month was I was just starting the month at 30 sands, spending 10 for the rerolls, and then going from 20 to 30 by the end of the month and doing it every single month so I can buy the rerolls. I want to get back to that. Which means I'm gonna have to farm like 60 sands, something like that. Granted, I'm not gonna do it all in a month, but I can probably finish all of these weapons by the end of this month. Heaven forbid anything goes wrong with the surgery or Guild War just takes up too much time at the end and I haven't got enough sands. I can probably at least finish all the weapons this month. So that is the plan for that. And then there's just Guild War. We'll see what happens there. Also, addendum is, again, wherever Impalement comes up, I will be sparking that. If it is separate from Tartman, though, unless there's something really good on Tartman's banner, probably I'm not going to roll on Tartman's banner because I need to start saving sparks for the end of the year for Christmas, New Year's. Because I really want the Providence stuff and all the grants and stuff that are going to happen there, plus seasonals. So, yeah. So those are the plans. Those are the motions. Yeah, man. Like it's been a very up and down like month, but I would say even real life stuff, there's been a lot more ups than downs. And again, I think the big highlight of this month is the Versusia World First. That is something I'm very happy I was able to participate in, and I'm glad that we actually fulfilled the goal. That makes me very happy. So I think that's pretty much it for this. So I'm going to hopefully survive tomorrow. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for the support as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Oh yeah, stop the presses real quick. I was thinking about this as I was thinking about what to do for the thumbnail for this Helogs, bro. Hey, Shalem. Dude, they did my girl so deaking good, bro. She is so good, bro. So I want to focus on two things in particular. First of all, I'm never gonna let anybody live this one down, because I said, people kept asking me, because people know I like Shalem. People kept asking me, what do you want for Shalem's rebalance? We don't really know what else she should get. I kept saying, I don't know why when she doesn't attack, she gets a buff. And then that buff buffs her next charge attack. But when her seals are off, she charge attacks twice. But it only worked on the first charge attack. And I was like, I think it's really dumb that it only works on one. Why didn't it just work on two if she's gonna double charge attack? They changed that joint. They changed that joint. So yeah, that's good. That's good. Happy with that. I also, when I was building my teams, and I went over this on like the Versusia stream, when I was building my teams, I had come up with a team. I think the team was like Shalem Lich Octo or something like that, that I had made. But I think the pretty much the thing that I had come up with Shalem was, I was like, I just need a little bit more charge bar. And I alluded to it because they had asked me to, kind of keep it on the down low that I was doing anything for World First. So I didn't want to share any teams or strategies on stream. But I knew that I was planning on that team. And someone asked me in the last stream before I went for the World First, they were like, what do you want to see? And I was like, I really hope Shalem gets some type of party-wide charge bar boost, because that would have made my setup that I was thinking about work. And lo and behold, she actually got it. So that's great. But also the other really big thing that I think is really cool is this. When she has this up, these come back every single turn. So you get to use these every single turn when this is up, which is just, it's really good. It's really, really strong. She is very clicky now though, especially her and Luo together. It's very clicky. You're clicking 6 to 7 buttons every turn. So you are kind of clicky, but I'm just happy because Shalim, as you guys know, I love Shalim, and I'm just very happy that she turned out to be good with this rebalance, because I have found uses for her in the past, but I think this will solidify her a lot more as someone to use in an Ogi composition for Earth. Which is where she should be. She should be, especially if we're going to get something like Ogi Impalement in the future. This is a character that's going to be very, very strong. So I'm just glad that she's very, very strong, because I love Shalim, and her dark version still hasn't gotten her FLB. So this was the one, and I hate water, so screw water. So I was very happy. I geeked out like crazy when she got shown off for Christmas and she was actually Earth. That was one of the fastest rings I've ever done in my life. So yeah, that was just another extra addendum I wanted to add for Shalim. I'm just very happy that she came out good. So for real, that should be all I can think of for now. So if there's not, I guess I'll make another addendum. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support as always, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.